Good morning. Welcome back to Kelly Made. I am Kelly, and this is where I hold myself accountable for how much yarn I've used out of my yarn hoard for the week. The good news is I did not buy any. That's about all the good news I have. I did finish my second chunky blanket. It's so soft. It was the Big Twist plush. It was just yarn I found on sale for like $3 a skein, so I had bought 4 of them. So now I have 2 blankets ready to sell or give away, whichever. But mostly because I was out of town this week, what I worked on was my Fable blanket. Let me show you the progress that I have there. And I should have had this prepared, and I didn't. Here's my progress. I got to where it was about 18 inches long, and I frogged it. And let me tell you, I'm sure you can see it, the halo that's on this yarn, man, that sucker knots up once you start working on it. I got to about 18 inches, and I don't know what was going on. And I think it's because I picked it up and put it down so many times. The edges of it were just, my stitches were off. I could not figure out what was going on. And because I was using the baby blanket pattern, but not baby blanket sizing, where it would say there were 8 repeats, for me there'd be like 32. You know, like it wasn't consistent. So I frogged it. It's supposed to be using a heavier weight yarn than I'm using. It's supposed to be a lot chunkier. And because I'm using something very thin, my sizing is very different. So I did the 143 stitches that it says is required for the twin blanket, which will be 60 inches by 90 inches, and 143 stitches for me. Let me see, let me measure it real quick and we'll see exactly how long it is. So that's 20, and that is 16. So it's 36 inches across, not 60. And here's where I am. Let me turn to the right side. So here's where I am. Now, this is not the result from when I frogged it. This is the result from when I frogged it for the 3rd time. The next time I did it, trying to think, I got several rows in, frogged it back most of the way to the beginning, didn't like what I was doing, and for some reason it was sickling really badly. So my chains were too tight, my foundation chain row was too tight, so I frogged it all again, and this is my 3rd attempt to go for it. And I went up a full millimeter. I went to from a 4 to a 5 to do my foundation chain, and then I am working with a 4.5 now instead of a 4. And this is, I mean, as I was frogging, it just kept breaking. There's so many knots in here, I don't know if it's even going to be like usable. I'm doing it more for the experience at this point because I really do like the pattern, but you can see how badly this part right here is so much tighter that it just naturally is bending. And so that's why I went up like the full millimeter hook size on the bottom. And I lost all of this because it broke like 3 times just trying to frog it. And I think in here even there's a break. So I just was like, forget it. I'll just get rid of that chunk of yarn. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm yawning. Actually, I do know why I'm yawning. I'm tired. That would be why I'm yawning. But that is what's going on with my Fable blanket. I still really like it. I still really like the yarn. I think it's really pretty, but it's a lot better now. You can see it's fairly straight. It's not curving. And I'm, on row 6, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm on row 6 to keep going. So we'll see what happens. I didn't get as much done as I wanted to. I did finish the second one of these. I lost at Yarn Chicken. I had this much left to crochet, and I had that much yarn on my last row. So one's a row shorter than the other, which is no big deal. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't buy anything, which is great. I was out of town. I almost did because I was sick of stuff, but no, I did not buy anything. And I did not get anything in the mail. I think I have one kit coming to me. Almost at the end of my kit subscriptions, which is nice. I need to work on those. I am going to the beach. I will be working from the beach next week. And I don't know what project I'm taking yet. I might take this Fable blanket. I might take one of the kits and start working on that. Well, I've started working on one of them, but I may take one of the kits and work on that. I don't know what the weather's going to be. I don't know how the kids are going to be. I don't know if I'm just going to sit at the beach house and just be somewhere else to work for a week. I mean, who knows? It was a crazy week. The heat here has been absolutely untenable. It's absurd how hot it is. And here's the thing. It got hot here when I was a kid. I remember heat. We had days over 100 degrees. Sure, no problem. But I don't remember it being sustained like this. Like it would cool off at night. Driving was just untenable. The air conditioners can't keep up. And then last night I got home, I think I got home around 5. I left at noon. I had to stop and meet with a client for a couple hours. So I had not planned on leaving at noon. I would have left earlier so that it wasn't so hot. Missed my turn, drove, not out of the way. I mean, it's still a way to get home, and it didn't add any extra miles, and it was a pretty trip. So saw some of the biggest houses I've ever seen in my life on the way home. Different viewpoint. It was nice. But it's such a straight line. So, you know, you're just driving and you just miss things. So I stopped and met with a client. I got home about 5:15, and at 7:30, the power went out. Now, because I had been gone for a week, I had turned my air conditioner off in the bedroom and set it at 80 degrees for the rest of the house, which means that it was probably about 85 degrees in my house when I got home. And 2 hours after I got home, I lost power. It was not storming. Now, I have been getting lightning alerts since about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I wish it had rained because the ground needs it. My garden needs it. It's just dry as a bone. And actually, 4th of July fireworks were canceled in some of the major places in the city because of drought and the heat and how bad it would affect performers and, you know, what have you. So it's been hot and dry and unhealthy. And to not have power when your house is not cooled down yet was not fun. Thankfully, it came back on around 11, so was able to knock that bedroom air conditioning unit into high gear and sleep with it a little bit cooler. But I hope y'all are staying healthy and safe and cool. You're not, this heat wave across the East Coast is just incredible. It's hitting so many people so hard. And I know, especially further north, air conditioner is not necessarily a way of life for people. So please, I hope y'all are being safe. That's pretty much it for me for the week. That's my check-in. I bought nothing. I did use, I'm going to say just one, because I had already counted one of the skins for the big twist, last week. So I'm going to say I used one. I bought none. So we're still, you know, using more than we purchased. And once those kits stop coming in, I should be on a much better trajectory to using things up. But we shall see. I have my vacation this coming next week. I'm working this week in the office, and then next week I have vacation. And then in August, I have signed up for a crafting retreat, and I haven't decided yet what kind of crafting I'm going to do. It's supposed to be scrapbooking. It's geared for scrapbooking, but you can do whatever the heck you want. And I might just go with yarn because that might be what I'm in the mood for. You never know. I do miss scrapbooking. I haven't kept up with it. And I, you know, the last 10 years, we just don't print pictures like we used to. We really don't. And I've always been more of an event scrapbooker, like this wedding or this vacation or this whatever. And I just, I don't print pictures ever anymore. Everybody has them in their phone. And I don't take pictures like I used to. I mean, I have this beautiful 35mm camera that has been sitting in a bag for 10 years. I really just don't take pictures or do anything like that anymore. And I miss it. I do, but it's just a fact of life, the way pictures are right now. So things have changed. I really need to think about that and what I want to do. So we'll see if I'm going to be using yarn or using photographs or using both. You never know. Sorry, rambling. Anyway, that's my Sunday. I'm gearing up. I think today is going to be spent at the pool just to see some of my friends. I may watch church online here in a little bit and then go to the pool. And that's pretty much it for me for the day. Stay cool, everybody. Please be healthy.